About the victim or vulnerable narcissist. So this narcissist is pretty cunning. This type of narcissist makes it impossible for you to be able to support them, to be there for them, because they withhold information as far as with what's going on. So as the more grandiose narcissist is withholding information to harm you so that you can't make the best decision, the vulnerable narcissist uses the form of withholding to prevent you from showing up and supporting them and helping them or being there for them so that they can be a victim and remain a victim, which makes them the victim and you the perpetrator. So essentially, there's no open communication with them. They limit the information they give you. And also, this type of narcissist controls the environment. So, like I said, the more grandiose narcissist wants to be extra to get the attention, but the vulnerable narcissist operates more covertly. So they have this like negative demeanor about them or negative energy. A lot of times it looks like they're sulking, or you just feel this negative energy around them, and it makes you want to walk on eggshells. Like, it makes you uncomfortable. It makes you want to figure out what's going on with them. And this is how they get their attention, from you being concerned about them. So now all the attention is on them and you trying to make them feel better. So that's how they suck you into this little cycle of theirs. But as I said, they're pretty cunning. So as you'll see, once you get sucked into this cycle, then you'll see, like, on the flip side, then they'll just be happy all of a sudden, or like now the energy has switched. So nothing was wrong with them. They were just using that as a means to get your attention and to have self-pity, to take the attention off of you and put it onto them. And that way they're in control of this situation or this dynamic. Let me correct that. So their baseline is negative. Like, they're low vibrational people. So their baseline is not happy. But once they've drawn you in and sucked you in, and now you've been compelled to share such concern for them, you'll see, like, maybe the next time you engage with them, they'll be in a happy mood, and you'll see, like, there's nothing wrong with them. But eventually they'll go back to that baseline behavior of negativity. Also, the interesting thing about them is they'll be very supportive of you, so, and other people. So you'll see them as like a supporter or showing up for other people, but you'll see that this is not reciprocal because they won't allow you to show up for them. So they have to maintain this victim mentality and this victim narrative. Like, they will do anything to make sure that that remains the same. So they have to be the victim. They have to create situations where they're the victim. And you showing up for them doesn't allow them to be a victim. And don't think that this narcissist does not envy other people. This narcissist deals with as much envy as a grandiose narcissist. That's why you'll always hear them making these like backhanded compliments, or these comments that they make will just be a little sinister, and it's almost like you can't put your finger on what's wrong with them. Like, you feel like they're supportive, but then you see they're really not. Then you see them very negative, then you see them not sometimes. It's like really confusing if you're someone who's dealing with a vulnerable narcissist. But don't be fooled by them. Like, you cannot get drawn into their little tactics, because they will suck you in, and you'll just be consumed with them. But of course, that's what they want. Another telltale sign that you're dealing with a vulnerable narcissist is like this person holds on to grudges for like years. I mean, if you offend them, they are going to hold on to that forever. And then even if it's resolved, they probably will still, or you think it's resolved, they'll probably still hold on to that. And also, they'll drag you into the grudges they're holding against other people. And you won't have all of the information. So the narcissist may tell you something about someone else, you know, because they're going to control the narrative for sure. But then you talk to the other person, or you find out that that's not really what happened. But in order for this narcissist to remain the victim, they had to tell the story this way and control the narrative and share the narrative a certain way so that they will remain the victim. And you'll realize this wasn't even what really happened. But they'll just make stuff up. Like, they'll just, even if someone does something to them, they'll take it completely left field. Like, how did you end up at this conclusion with this information, or with what happened? Like, how did you even come to this conclusion? Like, it doesn't even make sense. So those are some ways you can tell you're dealing with a vulnerable narcissist. Be careful around them, okay?